Hey guys, this is going to be the first video for my massively memoir. Play enough games, why not make some videos to remember them by, right? I'm going to start this one off on Rift: Plains of Telara, a new pay-to-play MMO game being developed by Tryon Worlds. It'll be launching March 1st, 2011. Christ. Or if you pre-order it, February 24th. Yeah. This gameplay footage is during the closed beta test 5. Numero 5? Let's hope so. Alright, if you're not familiar with Tryon, they're a fairly new company. They've only got 3 games in development right now that we know of. End of Nations, which is an MMO RTS. They have a new action MMO being developed with sci-fi, where you play the game and the TV show itself develops as you play the game, and vice versa. Sort of a relationship going there. It sounds pretty unique. Not much info on that yet. And their third game is Rift, which is the one we're looking at right now. By far the most popular. And let's go into the character creation screen so we can see what that looks like quick. You got 2 factions to choose from in the game. You got the Guardians and Defiance. It doesn't matter too much which ones you pick. They're both pretty similar with the classes. Each one has 3 races. I shouldn't say classes because they're races. If we go in, we can take a look at these quick. You got your standard humans, your elves, your dwarves. That guy looks really wicked in that the photo right there. And wow, that's a nice face. But yeah, each race will have their own racial abilities that you can see on the right side, right there. And if you're gonna pick a certain class or try to plan ahead for a certain class, you can look at each one of these beforehand. Take a look at Defiance quick too. Yeah, the purple skin, that's what I'm talking about. She's got some nice skin going there. What's with that lip though? It's kind of crazy. But yeah, got the Eth, the Kalari, and the Balmy here. My main character is an Eth warrior. So let's take a look at this. We'll go into the options so you can see what it looks like. Each race, or every character you create, has 4 options, or 4 branches that you can pick. A warrior, a mage, a rogue, or a cleric. This is where their class system gets pretty unique. Those aren't your roles in particular, it's just like your container for your character. And within each one of these containers, there are 9 other classes that you can pick from. So if I pick warrior, for example, which has some really nice protective armor to go with it, we'll just click next with him. I guess it's not going to show him here, but warrior has offensive and defensive, like paladins, champions, knights. It's got a beast master, a dual wield, and some warlords, things like that. So it has a lot of room for different play styles if you want to be a support sort of champion or champion. League of Legends time. If you want to be a support sort of character or a DPS character or a tank type of character, it's got a lot of options for here, or for that within the game. You can actually pick between 3 of those classes, but I will go into that more once we're in game. This is the character creation now. It's pretty in-depth. You know, I'd give it an 8 out of 10 on the scale of other MMOs. But you have a lot of sliders, and I am a big sucker for sliders. Don't know what that's scaling. I'm sure it's scaling something. Looks like it's making her eyes go there. Alright. Let's rotate them up. Yeah, it looks better that way. Some eyebrows, nose, big nose, small nose. Yeah, we'll go small nose. Tilt, up, down, up, down, up. Yeah, why not? Got a manly mouth there, and like a tobacco chewer's mouth there. Maybe something. Maybe. We'll go right on there. That looks good. Ears. We'll make those. Yeah, there we go. That looks fine. That looks fine to me. What can we do about that? No chest sliders or anything. No game's perfect, you know. Ah, we can change the lips there. That's better. But yeah, there's a lot of options to go through, a lot of different colors. You can change the shape of the face too if you want to go mess with the slider here. I'm not going to go too in-depth with any of that anymore. I'm not even going to make a new character. I just wanted to explore that a little bit. The four different branches. And the 6 different races that you can pick from. And I will actually log in with my warrior, who seems pretty excited about something. I don't know what. Let's get him in the game and see what goes down here. Hopefully the frame rate doesn't drop too much. If it does, I can just cut that out. Ah, there we go. Hey, that's nice. You can see what I was doing last time in game here. Yeah, I have nothing to say about that. That's it. Alright, you can see the UI here. We'll take a look at that quick. Let my guy get the dancing out of the way. UI is pretty polished. You get these question marks for tutorials and everything when you do different events, or when different events occur. Like your first time fighting in a rift, you'll get one of those that'll pop up, or when you first create your character, some of those will pop up. Nothing too major. It's all pretty straightforward. You got your hotkeys down here. All of this is customizable. You can move it around if you go into the settings for it, which I'm not going to do right now because I like the setup. I usually go with 2 bars and 2 bars. That usually gets it done for me. You got your bags down here in the lower right hand corner. You can have 5 bags, and the one you start with is a 20 slot bag, which isn't too bad. And you find bags pretty easily, I've found. But the ones that I've gotten so far are just 4 slots. I mean, it's pretty similar to WoW. It's nothing revolutionary. I don't know, maybe they'll do something crazy with it later on in the game, but I'm not expecting anything big there. You got a lot of different screens to go through here. You got your stats. You can look at all of those. I don't believe you can pump anything into the stats there themselves, but you can pick your skills. Looks like I can't go through the professions in there. I'll bring up the skills menu in just a minute. That shows you your money that you have, and whatever that is. Sure, Planerite. Sounds good. Sounds good. I like it. The Grim Disciples. I like that too. Ah, it's my faction there. This is the skill system that we have. This is one of the big things. You can pick between 3 of the classes. I picked the warrior branch here, and my main class that I'm going off of is a paragon, which is a dual-wielding DPS sort of class. It's got a lot of attacks, a lot of passive buffs. When you're pumping the points into these skills, you do it on skills that are above the title here, and that opens the skills down below. The more points you have in here, like the next point I point into one of these skills on Paragon, will open up this skill down there. And these are usually the skills that you can cast, and up here I found that these are more passive than anything else. But yeah, that pretty much sums up the classing system. It's pretty revolutionary. If you're familiar with tech trees and branches like that, you'll take to it pretty easily. It's nothing too complex, but it allows for a lot of customization between the classes, because you can pick which skills you want to put into what, and those are all active without any penalties at all. So I took a Beastmaster here so I can get some summons going on. And I got this Riftblade over here as sort of a support for my Paragon. He can give some buffs towards the weapons and the sword play. It does a lot with dual wielding too. So that all works out pretty good. If you don't like what you pick to that dancing, look at him go. He's a champ. Doesn't get tired for anything. If you don't like the class you took, you can easily change it in some of the towns. They'll usually have a person, I think it's 30 gold to redo your classes, or I haven't had to do that yet, so I'm not sure, but I talked to the NPC to try it. And yeah, it's doable. Looks like we got some shadow effects here. The best part about this so far is the graphics. You can definitely tell it was made on the Unreal 3 engine. I mean, I have mine set pretty low, trying to make sure that fraps won't lag me out here since I'm running this off an 8800. Pretty old school right now. But you can tell, you can look at the graphics, the texture effects, you can look off in the distance and see it looks a lot better than most of the MMOs out there. If you've played Final Fantasy XIV, Blade and Soul, what other ones? Telara Online, I believe, is Unreal 3 too. All those next-gen MMOs, they all have similar graphics to this. A lot better textures, a lot of grass, a lot of particle effects and everything that look pretty nice. At least they look nice on my screen. If Fraps is lagging, probably not so much then. The environment in this game is actually very impressive too. When you start off in the newbie village, I call it a village, but it's not really a village, it's more like a war zone. You'll be fighting a lot of stuff. Everything seems to be active out there. You got a lot of mobs coming from all over the place. You don't know what's going on. There are turrets set up all over too to smack down some mobs whenever they... Is that a rabbit? What the hell? I haven't seen a rabbit out here before. Can I kill it? Yeah! I'll never see that rabbit again. But yeah, it's a pretty interactive environment. You see all these flaming balls of fire shooting back and forth. There are actually turrets on the ground that the players can go up to and click to shoot if they want to. I believe the other side is the opposite faction too, so you're pretty much just shooting at each other. Sort of a distance war zone. You can't see it from here. We'll climb up that bridge anyways, we'll see what's going on up there. But the bridge is actually broken, which is why it's just a bunch of rockets coming across and not